Hi. So, welcome back. This is our video vlog or blog vlog, whatever you want to call it, for Hair Club. My name is Rio, and today I want to talk about meditation. And I think meditation is pretty important, especially for what we're going through today with the pandemic caused by the coronavirus. And I understand that some may say, you know, I don't really want to learn a new skill or launch a business or anything else like that. I'm still worried about my job, or I'm worried about getting infected, or my loved ones getting infected. So I have all this fear and anxiety about this virus, and I don't think I have enough capacity to take anything on. And you're absolutely right. I think it's very normal to think that way as well. But if you're interested in figuring out a way to handle your fear and your anxiety, or just thinking about the unknown, then I'll advise you to continue watching this video so I can give you some tips around meditation. And if you're still not interested,
come on. Oh, okay, sure, all right, sure.
For this video for meditation, I want to cover a few things. I want to cover the positioning, so how do you position yourself to meditate, breathing techniques, so I'll cover how you're supposed to breathe how you could breathe during meditation. There is no right or wrong way, but there is an optimal and effective way. I want to talk about anchoring, so what are you going to actually place your mind on while you're doing it, and then I also want to cover the aspect of routine, and then also some technologies that you can actually use. Okay, so if you're still here, let's go with positioning. So with positioning, there are no right or wrong ways to actually meditate. You could do it laying down, you could do it sitting up, you can also do it in the fetal position, wherever you feel is best suited for your body and for your needs, and however you feel most comfortable. I think that's the way you should actually position yourself. For me, I sit with my legs crossed and upright, and my back upright, and then I also put my hands to my kneecaps or in between my thighs, and then that's kind of how I position myself, like so. I do that because it just makes me feel more tucked in, and I've been doing it for roughly three to 4 years. So when I position myself like that, my mind is already telling me that, okay, I need to calm down and get into this mode for meditation itself. So my body kind of already knows that's like a trigger. So once I do the leg thing, cross my legs or whatever like that, put my hands to my side and keep my palms facing upward, and then I can focus a little more. Perfect. So that's the importance of positioning. You can do it sitting in a chair as well at work. You can't lie down at work, so whatever's most optimal for you, I think that you should actually choose that.
Oi. Now how feel?
Better. More focused.
Good. Come back to work.
So breathing. Breathing is very important when it comes to meditation. It serves as I would say your primary anchor for your mind. And when I say anchor, it's something that you can latch your mind onto. Just being a human being, our mind is pretty much moving at the speed of light. You're thinking about one thing, that branches off to another thing, branches off to another thing. And you don't even know how many things you think about within 1 minute, because you can't even remember how many thoughts you had. So it's very important to kind of bring it back down to the basics, right? Everyone breathe. You have to. So when you think about breathing, you need to just start counting your breaths. So it could be on the inhale, count to 5, hold it for 5 seconds, and then let it out for 5 seconds. And once you focus on that and you're counting internally, you're only focused on your breath. Yes, your mind will wander while you're doing this. It's gonna happen, always gonna happen, but don't feel guilty, it's very natural. For you to just acknowledge that you've noticed your mind wander off is a win in itself. But it will happen even when you've been doing this for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, doesn't really matter, right? So once you're actually breathing, you want to keep doing that for a couple of minutes until you're fully anchored into the meditation. When you're breathing, you also have to keep in mind that you need to breathe into your diaphragm and your stomach. So when you're breathing in, your stomach should be expanding out, and then it should be coming right back in when you're breathing out. And that's how you can actually feel yourself sinking into the meditation itself.
I'll take that.
Dad?
So for the third thing, anchoring. So we've anchored on our breath. We got that, right? So for me, when I meditate, I like to get into the position, legs crossed, start breathing for a couple of minutes, and that's when my brain can start thinking about certain things. I usually like to use meditation in the morning to kind of ready myself for the day. So if I know that I have a difficult task that I need to do, or if I know that I need to have a difficult conversation, or anything that gives me some type of anxiety, fear, or just something that I just need to accomplish, it always helps me to sit there and anchor on it so that I can see myself doing it. So say for instance, I need to get a project done. I go step by step, what do I need to do to get that project done? And how can I make it more realistic? So when I'm breaking down this problem, I'm actually figuring out the steps I need to conquer it, and that gives me a lot less anxiety about tackling it in the future. So I've heard Deontay Wilder actually speak about this, like he meditates before a fight. He sees himself in the ring with his opponent. He knows exactly what to do when his opponent throws a jab, throws a hook or anything else like that. He already knows in his head how he's gonna dodge it, so when he gets into the ring, his mind and his body are synced up with each other, so then he can actually fight the most effective way. He may still get knocked out like we already seen before, but it's still an effective tactic to kind of put yourself in that position in your mind, because all fights start up here rather than in the physical.
But today, for the first time ever, I'd like to let Macintosh speak for itself.
Hello, I am Macintosh. It sure is great to get out of that bag.
So another thing that we need to kind of cover what helped me get into meditation itself is technology. And when I talk about technology, it's more about the applications that you can use to kind of help you or facilitate a meditation for you just to get started. And those technologies that I used first was Calm, which is an app that's offered through Apple or Android, and they offer guided meditation, so someone kind of walking you through a meditation, telling you when to breathe, what to think about, kind of how to center yourself. But then they also feature other things where it's just breathing. So it'll just give you a bell when to breathe in, a bell when to breathe out, a bell when to hold, and do all that stuff. So it kind of helps you learn how to breathe and kind of get into meditation itself. The second one that I used was something called Atmosphere. So it's an app that pretty much gives you different sounds. You can use a sound such as a river running, or you can listen to binaural rhythms that are something like it's like those kind of sounds that you can just anchor your mind onto, and then just think about those while you're breathing, and everything else around you kind of just fades away, and you can focus on what's happening internally, and it'll give you just that balance. A third app that I've used in the past, I still use this from time to time, is something called Insight Timer. So Insight Timer is this humongous app that has a bunch of practitioners posting their meditations, whether they're guided or just a bunch of sounds or rivers running and stuff like that. I think that's like a very common thing that people use, is just rivers running, because it's so natural and it's peaceful. These practitioners will provide their meditations on the app. You can go join one at any time because they're pre-recorded. And when you're done with it, it'll actually tell you, oh, you've meditated with these people during this time all over the world. So it's like this community of people who are meditation practitioners, as well as people who are just meditating. It does have this functionality that helps you track your meditation. So if you meditated 5 days in a row, it will tell you you've meditated consecutively for 5 days. I like this. I really liked this this function when I first started meditating, but then I noticed if I missed the day, it was so crushing to see that my counter went back down, and it gave me this kind of anxiety, so I stopped using that function as a whole, and I kind of just went back to using like Atmosphere because I just like the steady sounds. Today, however, I usually just use nothing. I just put a timer on my phone as soon as I wake up for 10 minutes and I meditate in the silence. If I don't really have a task that I want to focus on, I usually just listen to outside. It could be a siren that's fading away. It could be birds chirping, or it could just be the background noise of just being in a room by yourself. So now that we talked about breathing, we've talked about anchoring, positioning, as well as technology, let's talk about routine. Just like waking up and brushing your teeth, I believe that meditation should be just a part of that practice like anything else that you do. Give yourself that 10 minutes a day, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day. Don't touch your phone, don't read any emails, don't let the outside world in just yet. Focus on the inside world. Wake up, get into your position, start your breathing practices, and then your anchoring and everything else like that, and then start your day. So since I've been doing this for the past 3 to 4 years, I've noticed that my mind is, I've just noticed how sporadic it can be. I can understand the messages that it sends to me as well when it's inducing fear and anxiety around certain things such as like the future or any task that I need to do. But I feel like meditation made me a lot more aware of where my mind goes, and now I can reject those negative thoughts and those negative feelings and understand that they're not real, and I actually create them from deep down in my consciousness. I don't know why it's there, but I have a better handle on it. So that's why I believe that doing it each day, practicing it as a routine and having it a part of your life will benefit you down the long run. You may not see immediate results, keep doing it. It's only beneficial. So let me know if you guys have any questions about meditation or how to kind of ease into it. Don't hesitate, drop a comment, send us a note on Instagram, follow us on Instagram as well, Facebook. So definitely keep it locked right here on Hair Club. We'll give you all the information you need around men's wellness and men's grooming. Be careful out there. Remember to leave the house with a mask. Don't touch too many things as well. Limit your outside activities, and we'll make it through this together. All right, guys? All right, peace.